What are you doing here?
You heard of knocking?
This is my room.
I thought nobody lived here.
Well, I do. Now leave.
Weird. Your house is way too dirty for you to be talking to me like this. So you know what? Grab a broom and clean it up.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, and whistle while you're at it. So,
excuse me?
chop chop. I've had a long night at the forest.
Hey guys, it's Heather and today we're reviewing the Snow White movie and I actually went and watched it. It was not a pleasant experience, so let's review it. The first category is visuals. Of course, you know me, I'm gonna go on visuals first, and they were bad. The visuals looked very fake and it didn't feel like a real place. Everything just looked fake. The CGI was bad, and that includes the dwarves. Also, like, I thought throughout the movie I would get used to how the dwarves looked, but they just moved in such an unnatural way. It was very jarring and unnerving to look at the fake, like, people moving around. Very weird. Very, very weird.
Weird.
Moving on to the second category is the costuming, which I am very shocked that the costuming was done by the same person who did the costuming for Cinderella. Like, look at the costumes for Cinderella. They are so accurate and, like, they give off like a specific time period vibe. Like, oh, the costumes look like they all belong in one time period. Whereas in this Snow White movie, the costumes were just straight up bad. They looked weird and they just looked like they had this hoodie thing going on with most of the costumes. They just looked like everybody was wearing a weird hoodie kind of thing. The actual story itself that they just did a whole 180 on. It did not feel like a Snow White movie, especially given the character she portrayed and how she portrayed. Like, there were way too many changes, I think, that did not make it a Snow White movie. I bet if they changed the costuming in this movie and gave it a different name and removed the dwarves entirely, this could have been a completely different movie. With like a couple changes, this could be an entirely different thing happening here. Something in the trailers that they did not advertise were the 7 bandits. There were the 7 dwarves, and then there were the 7 bandits. Like, the bandits just felt really weird. And the bandit leader, Jonathan, was actually the guy Snow White falls in love with. There is no prince in this movie, and their chemistry was just not there at all. You could tell in the movie what the original thing was supposed to be, like what they were going for, and where the reshoots happened. Like, it made no sense for the movie. The only thing I did like about this movie was Snow White's motivation to take the apple. It all happened outside the house, and like, she didn't let the evil queen inside the house. She basically just came out herself. The evil queen kind of like manipulates her, and she's like, oh, an apple for your father because he was so kind, and that. So she just immediately falls for it because the entire movie she had been looking for her father. So anything kind of linking to that, she was like, okay, I'm gonna take it. The whole true love's kiss happens. She wakes up, she's like, I'm gonna go take over, take back the kingdom. I was like,
how are you gonna do that?
Snow White just goes into the village and like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take back the kingdom, and suddenly the entire village just is against the queen. It all happens so fast, it just feels very rushed. The ending for this movie was just the cherry on top bad. Her powers were linked to the mirror. So smashing the mirror meant that she would die. So she just gets... Oh my god, the final white dress looked exactly like the yellow, blue and yellow dress, the original one that she wore. It was like Sandy Powell didn't even try to make it different. Like, it was exactly the same. About the music, some songs I just straight up did not like at all because they did not make sense for a Snow White movie. Some songs were good. Like, Rachel Zegler has a nice voice. She is talented. Her voice is good, but the choices made for the songs were bad. Gal Gadot was the worst possible person you'd want for this role because her acting and accent was so bad throughout the movie. Like, it was like, ugh.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
And they gave her a song.
As an actor, it's just so exciting.
The song was also bad. You might be like,
Okay, this is a kid's movie. Why are you so mad about it?
but like, this company, you know, making like millions and billions of dollars every year would put this money to good use and make a story that actually had some love. There are so many things in this movie that I want to cover, but I don't want to make this video too long. Then again, this is my opinion, and I respect everybody else's opinion, whoever likes this movie. I understand both sides, but this movie was just not for me. And so yeah, that was my review for this movie. If you want to go watch it, you can. I personally wouldn't advise you guys to watch it. Yep, that was all for today. So see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.